Hey, it's V, and I talk about tabletop RPGs. If this is the first video you are seeing from me, then welcome. If not, then welcome back. Today, I thought it would be a good idea to discuss a problem that has been plaguing me for a while. Specifically, the pseudo-monopoly that D&D 5e has over the entire genre of tabletop RPGs, TTRPGs for short. Notice that I say pseudo-monopoly, because 5e does not have a total or definitionally real monopoly. There are other TTRPGs that exist and are fairly popular in the marketplace. By pseudo-monopoly, I mean that 5e is by far the most popular TTRPG out there, and it is seen as the only one, or the defining game for the entire genre. I bear no ill will towards D&D 5e itself. I think the system has its merits. It was the game that got me into TTRPGs in the first place. I have to owe it something for that. The 5th edition of D&D has even effectively launched the game, and by extension, the entire genre of TTRPGs, into the mainstream. Regardless of its myriad strengths, there are problems. 5e has a stranglehold over the entire genre of TTRPGs. I take no issue with the game being overwhelmingly popular in principle, but its popularity has a sinister effect. To illustrate this point, let us look at the exceedingly popular social media app Reddit. On Reddit, you will find an entire treasure trove of posts asking how to modify the game. One person wants horror D&D, another one wants low magic, low complexity, high complexity, cyberpunk, intrigue, guns, Victorian Gothic. The list is never ending. We can clearly see that these people are not satisfied with base D&D and its abilities to tell the stories they want to tell, so they resolve to homebrew the system to a point beyond recognition. My question is, wouldn't it just be easier to play a different system? Call of Cthulhu will scratch our cosmic horror itch much better than D&D ever could. Vampire the Masquerade has got the gothic base covered, and Pathfinder 2e is the queen of crunch. Yet D&D 5e is the name brand RPG, and people are loath to experience other systems, even if these systems would serve their specific story better than 5e ever could. To illustrate how this is a problem, take this analogy. Imagine that Dark Souls 3, a popular, somewhat difficult fantasy combat RPG, had a pseudo-monopoly over video games, in a similar way that 5e has one over TTRPGs. Maybe one night, you decide you would like to play a casual family game, but you are just completely convinced that Dark Souls 3 is the only video game that there is, or the only good video game. Thus, your solution is to mod Dark Souls to make it casual, instead of just playing a good casual game like Mario Party, or Mario Kart. Confession time. I used to be this player. That's why I know what I'm talking about, and why I know it is a problem. D&D 5e was what I was comfortable with, and I completely refused to branch out. I bought Call of Cthulhu, but never even tried it. I put up with running a system I really didn't enjoy, and neither did my players, just because D&D was the quote-unquote premium RPG. I have since decided to switch to Pathfinder 2e, and I intend to run campaigns with Call of Cthulhu, Shadowrun, and Vampire the Masquerade just to start. Now, to repeat so I don't get flamed in the comments, I have no issue with D&D 5e. I think it is a decent RPG, and I've had good times with it. The moral of the story is really just to try out other systems. You might like them, you might love them, you might only find them useful for a game every other month. But if you hate them, 5e will always be there waiting for you with open arms, just like an old friend. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and like for more videos about TTRPGs. Good luck and have fun, everyone.